All right, hello and welcome back to Understanding Crypto. My name is Herve, and every other day here I try to bring you cryptocurrency in the easiest way possible on the internet. Here we cover things like predictive analysis, research, and tutorials to help guide you through this treacherous marketplace. So if that's the type of content you find interesting, be sure to click that like button and subscribe to the channel with your notifications on so that you don't get to miss out on any other value-packed video like this one. Now, we're just going to jump right in here. There's no need for any further introduction. So we are actually on the weekly time frame right here on Bitcoin, and what we have actually said about this time frame, and this is something you really have to understand, folks. The weekly, the monthly, the 3-month, the 6-month, the yearly, and all of that, those are very high time frames. So whatever you predict or suggest on those time frames will most likely take a long time to happen. Meanwhile, on the lower time frames, a lot of volatility seems to come in. For instance, every single candle represents a week's worth of price action. So this candle is a week, this is a week, and this is another week. All of this right here, all this accumulation right here is an accumulation of weekly candles. So when you suggest something here, if you look at this and you say, all right, this thing is going to go up because you see this as a potential double bottom, and you say that it's going to go up like so, from up here to down. Now, this is a very basic way of using it, yeah, or of showing it. So if you say it's going to go up to, that's 40,000, yeah, it's going to take a long time for that to happen. Now, let's just assume that you see all of that from this particular zone right here. You see all of this from this particular zone right here. So from here backwards is all you see. From here onwards has not happened yet. You say that this right here is a double bottom. Now, you don't know when it will go up, but you think it's going to go to 40,000, which is this particular zone right here, because of this potential double bottom. You don't know. Now, from this zone, from this particular zone right here, it would take you this, from this zone to this one right here is 77 days. 77 days. Have that in mind. Which means that as you start to zoom in to that particular zone, you will see all sorts of price ups and downs. Let's go to the daily. So here we are on the daily time frame, yeah? And that zone that we just talked about, as we zoom into that zone, you begin to see how crazy it was in that particular zone. Let's just say that you somehow bought here. You thought it's just going to go up to the 40K region. Let's say you bought here, and then it dropped like so. Now that drop is an 18% drop on Bitcoin. So it's going to affect altcoins a lot more. So it dropped, formed another double bottom right here, and took off. Even here, you think it's going now to that 40K zone. But no, it dropped again like so. Now, by how many percent did it drop? It came up here and dropped again like so. That's a 14% drop. So you see that this zone now becomes complicated, yeah? You're waiting for the potential 40K that you would have forecasted on the weekly time frame. And on the weekly, you'd see smaller candles, or say you'd see less candles. But on the daily, you see more. On the 4-hourly, you see more. So a lot of people are stuck on these smaller time frames, and that's why a lot of people get worried. I don't get worried because I look both on the higher time frames and on the lower time frames, and I have different perspectives with different time frames, which is why I'm usually not worried. A lot of people are worried, but I'm usually not worried because I just stay focused on what can be unburdened by what has been. I don't know where that came from, but I don't know. Maybe you've heard someone, some Kamala Harris say that before. So, all right, okay. So we see that this particular time frame, as we zoom in, it becomes, a lot of people are frightened with bumps and dumps. But as you zoom out, you get a clearer picture of what's actually going on. This I want everyone to understand because I just posted on Telegram earlier talking about something on the 4-hourly time frame, and some people are kind of sad. You shouldn't be. We are looking at the 4-hourly time frame. As we zoom out, we have different ideas and different potential targets. I hope we all understand how time frames basically work, yeah? So let's go now to the weekly time frame and make this thing short. So my idea is that what we are seeing here on the weekly time frame, all of this consolidation inside here, we will zoom into that in a moment, yeah? But all we are seeing here is most likely the same type of thing that we saw around this region right here. If you go to BTC USD, that's on Bitstamp, then you will see BTC's full chart. So from the launch actually. So my idea for now, because you never know, is that we are somewhere around here and around here and somewhere around here. So also similar to this right here before meteoric rally. Here and meteoric rally, here meteoric rally, and also here with a potential meteoric rally. Now, that's on the weekly time frame. What happens on the daily and on the 4-hourly, on the 2-hourly, 1-hourly, 30-minute, 15-minute, 1 second could be very different. But as you zoom in, the volatility increases. As you zoom out, volatility is kind of insignificant actually. I also showed you the other day that we have the hash ribbon indicator. The hash ribbon indicator basically indicates that miners are in trouble. Yeah, when they start to capitulate, the hash ribbon indicator comes on right here and tells you that it is a time to buy. Now, in the past, this has worked pretty well. I mean, the last time I even brought this up was when BTC was here. I talked about this one and I also talked about this one. I spoke about the two of them. So that's when I was talking about BTC, buying BTC at 21. It went to 22, came back to 19. But at this region right here, that's when I was telling you about this particular signal. Now, somebody told me on X that even on the monthly time frame, there's a buy signal as well. All right, yeah, there is a buy signal on the monthly time frame for the hash ribbon indicator, and this only goes to show us that the higher time frames are bullish. This goes to tell us, or say to show us, that we are still pre-bull. Yeah, we are still pre-bull, and by pre-bull, I mean we are pre-explosive phase. Because the real bull, or say the explosive phase, is this type of move like so. This type of move like so, and this type of move like so. Now, you could say that no, this could be the move. But I'd say it's not, because if you look at the consolidation here, and even here, you will see that they were actually a lot similar. If you take from here to here, you are having about a 561% move to the upside. If you take from here to this region right here, you're having about a 398% move to the upside. If you take from here to here, you're having about a 328% move to the upside. And then if you take from here to the current top somewhere around 73, we actually have 73.8, then you are having about 377% move to the upside, approximately, yeah? So it's kind of similar with the previous consolidations, and there is something missing here. This is what is missing. Now, how high will that go is something we will have to do in another video, but we are trying to keep this video short and just it's like an assurance, or say we are just trying to see that the higher time frames are still bullish. I hope we are clear on the monthly and weekly time frames. Yeah, we are clear. The June, this was actually July. The July close was what was that? That was a bullish candle actually. If we go here to holo candles, yes, that was a bullish candle. So we have a bullish engulfing pattern right here, which means that the next coming months, or say we will have some bullish momentum in the next coming months. However, don't think it's just going to be straight up. It's never straight up. Yeah, when you have this type of candle like so, there is very good chance that you will come back to take some liquidity into this candle before you move to the upside. But this just tells you that sometime in the near future we will have an explosive move coming. And we have a buy signal right here on the monthly time frame on the hash ribbon indicator. We also have the same signal on the weekly time frame as well. And now on the weekly time frame, you will see that that retracement is already coming. Now this right here, you could just use your Fibonacci in this particular region, and you just take from up to down. from down to up. So if you're looking for a move to the upside after an impulse move, let's say we have an impulse move like so, and you think it's going to continue like so, what you have to do is try to catch it at a Fibonacci level. So you want a Fibonacci retracement back to the upside. The targets to the upside will be the extension. Yeah, so that's the difference between Fibonacci retracement and Fibonacci extension. The extensions show you the zone to the upside. The retracements show you the zone that price can retrace to before going to the extension. So you have something that would look like so. Anyway, let's quickly show you this. I really want this video to be short. I don't like when my videos are too long. People don't watch it anyways. So if you take from down to up right here, and we're using only the candle closes right here, we take 0.786 and 0.618, we will have 60.5 to 58.4. But that's on the weekly time frame. Yeah, since all of this is a small consolidation, you want to narrow into the daily time frame and potentially the 4-hourly time frame. That's where we now go to our previous chart with BTC USDT. Now we are clear on the monthly and weekly. Yes, we are clear. Now we zoom into this particular region right here to find out what's actually happening here. So it's important to note that my forecast in the Telegram is inside of this zone. Inside of a zone that we think is an accumulation or a potential reaccumulation for a move to the upside. I try to explain this as simple as possible because for some reason a lot of people still do not get it, and I simply don't know. Sometimes I super explain that it seems I'm doing too much, but I hope you all understand. We have looked at the monthly and we have looked at the weekly. Now we are zooming in. We are zooming into the weekly candles on the lower time frames to understand what exactly is happening in those lower time frames. What could be the potential zone where you'd want to take a long position? What could be the zone where you'd want to take maybe a buy position? Yeah, and that's why we're going to zoom into this particular zone right here. Now, as we zoom in right here, let's just take this circle out for the sake of convenience. We will see what we've been talking about, for the past couple of weeks and stuff. We did say that Mr. BTC at this particular zone is most likely going to bounce to the upside. We had that bounce. Now, we did say that this particular zone is a singularity zone. Singularity meaning that we don't know what's going to happen here. We do not know. And I will leave the videos where we talked about this zone. If you want to understand how we came about, catching this zone, you can watch the other videos. Just so that we don't make this video too long. It's already too long now. But yeah, this is the zone here. It's a singularity zone. We don't know what's going to happen here. We have a CME gap somewhere around 60 to 57. That CME gap could get filled. It might as well not get filled, and we just go up with no drop to that CME gap. So we don't know what's going to happen here. Hence why I'm not trading here. The other day I took a trade, out of, sheer stubbornness and made a quick buck. But generally this zone is just a singularity zone, and we went up from here. We came here, took some momentum, went up, came back into the zone, went back up, and now we came back to that zone. So it's really unclear what BTC will do in this particular zone right here. It might very well just drop right into this particular CME gap right here. If you're asking what CME gap I'm talking about, I'll just show you right now. So this is the CME gap right here. We have a CME gap between 60 to somewhere around 57. So this gap could get filled. They don't always get filled. Yeah. So it's not a guarantee. We had another CME gap somewhere around the 2-hourly time frame that got filled already. You see the CME gap? This gap right here got filled when price came down into this zone. It filled that gap, went back up, and then dumped. Now it could come to fill this one. We don't know because it's resting on the singularity zone, a zone where I said I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. However, this is what I do know. If we go back to BTC right here on the BTC USDT, here on the daily time frame, because BTC did succeed going up to this particular zone right here, the chances of price actually coming back down here and holding are now higher. Why do I say it's higher? If we go here to the weekly time frame, and I will just quickly show you that zone at 45-ish. So we see this particular zone right here at 45, yes? The way my Fibonacci method works is after 1.618, you are most likely going to bounce at 0.786, and then a potential move to the 2.618. But then if you look here, we did not bounce at that 0.786, this particular 0.786 right here. We actually went through it with a very bullish candle for that matter, and this is actually why you see me having this box right here. It's because of this 0.786 Fibonacci level, and I have some other Fibonacci levels around here, which is why I had the box extended up to here. You will actually see that this particular candle that came down like so bounced exactly at that 0.786 Fibonacci level, exactly here. So the fact that we did not treat this 0.786 as the resistance, which if we did will mean that this 2.618 becomes more likely. Now that we didn't, now that we treated it as support instead, there is a higher chance that if we come down to this region right here, it will most likely hold as support. So just be watching out for this, and I will do an update, but the chances that we go as low as this particular region are less likely now. We will see about it if we do come down to here. If we don't know what will happen at the singularity. If we do come down to the CME gap zone, then we will make an update. But for now, there is an increased chance that this zone right here will not happen. I think even if we come back down, there's a very, very good chance that we will hold this as a double bottom. We will see about that. This is just to show you what that zone is. So for now, we are still in singularity, people. You want to bet? You want to bet on the it holding as support? You might have a case. You might actually have a case. You might have a case of it, using this particular zone right here as a reaccumulation zone for a potential move to the upside. You could make a case for that. You could say this was just, a reaccumulation of this impulse to the upside right here. You could make a good case for that. For that, you'd say that it's kind of a bullish flag actually, and say that it goes to the upside from here like so. What will that give you? That will give you somewhere around 79k. Yeah, you could make a case for that. But for me, I am not doing anything in this particular zone. If it goes up, then hallelujah. Yeah, hallelujah. But for me, I'm not doing anything in this particular zone right here. You may want to bet on it, but I'm not. If you want to bet on it, your stop loss must be below somewhere around 63.1. But personally, I'm not going long here. It may very well just go up, but personally, I am not trading in this particular zone. Except we have some other, ideas, or if we continue to consolidate here, then maybe we don't go down. But for now, I'm simply not doing anything in this particular zone right here. It could actually hold a support. But what I am grateful for, by the way, is Bitcoin dominance. If you look at Bitcoin dominance, you will see that it drops just when Bitcoin drops. Yeah, it's strongly correlated with Bitcoin's price. So when Bitcoin pumps, it pumps. When it dumps, it dumps. So that's something we should be happy about. Because if this thing was to pump in a Bitcoin dump, yeah, we will not like that. It will be a very, very bad day on earth. So basically that's it, folks. If you look on the weekly time frame, we have something else. On the weekly time frame, we are looking at all of this as a consolidation pre-bull. We don't know exactly when we will take off, but my best guess will be that it will most likely occur by the ending part of this year. So I think personally, for now, these are just times that we have to hold on and see what happens. There's no need to get fearful now or sell off my bags and stuff. For now, I'm just holding on as we continue to operate in this singularity right here. I personally am not doing anything, like I'm not trading or anything like that. I'm just waiting. If we do dump down here, then I will have to reassess to see if this would be actually a good point to take a long position. But if we just reverse from here and go straight up, then hallelujah. Yeah, if you want to go long here, then yeah, great. If we close this weekly candle below this singularity zone, then the chances will be that we plummet even further into the CME gap. But again, for now, I'm just not doing anything. I'm just watching. What I really wanted to point out is the fact that as you zoom out, we are looking at something that looks like so. We could eventually go off for this type of projection that will go like so. The chances for 85, 83, $104,000 and maybe even 174,000. But all of these are just probabilities for now. We are not certain yet because we have not come out of the woods. We are still stuck. Yeah, we will need to, it all depends on what happens here. If we come down here before we go up, the targets will change. If we go straight up, maybe we will just use the same targets because I drafted this without the knowledge of it coming back down. But if we do go back down to CME, these targets will change. So we are still, we are just consolidating pre-bull, folks. That's it for now. So thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. But until then, stay safe.